Hey everybody, my name is Renee Espinosa and I am a stylist with Piphany. And if you haven't heard about Piphany yet, you're not the only one. It's a newer company that is up and coming and I am so excited to be a part of it and to bring it all to you. So a lot of you have been messaging me like, what happened? Why did you switch companies? So I wanted to take a minute to just kind of touch base with you guys and let you know why I've switched companies. So the biggest thing for me when I sat down and I really looked at my business, my previous business, was what can I do to bring a better experience for my customers? You know, I do this obviously as a business because I have bills to pay and a family to provide for, but I also do it for my customers. I wouldn't be able to do this without them. So I have to also think about what's in their best interest. What do they want from my business? Why do they choose me? So with that, I kind of felt like I wasn't providing for them. So in the terms of, new inventory, all of the styles that were available, I wasn't able to obtain those a lot of the times. So to be able to bring new and exciting things to my customers and to have new boxes of inventory to open all the time, that just wasn't happening anymore, and I didn't feel like that was fair to my customers. So I had to really look and evaluate, is this working for me and my family anymore and for my customers? And it just didn't feel like it was. And as soon as I felt like I wasn't giving 100% anymore, I knew that it was time to move on. So I spoke with my husband and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I loved working with this other company and the friendships that I had within it, but it wasn't just about me anymore. I knew that the income might shift a little bit differently, but there's potential for me to make as much as I was, and that's always been something that has not been at the forefront of my reason for doing things. For those of you who don't know, I was in education from right out of college. I did preschool and teaching in college, and I moved into after school tutoring programs, and I taught deaf and hard of hearing kids summer school, and that was so much fun, and I loved that, and that moved me into my experience with preschool again. And I was a director or principal of a preschool for 15 years, and I loved that. But the minute my heart was not 100% in it anymore, I knew that it was time to move on. And I always told my employees, if this isn't where your heart is, don't do it anymore. It's not worth it. Life is too short. And I know that's totally cliche, but it is so true. Life can change in an instant. And if you're not happy, do something about it. So that's what I had to decide. I had to decide what I was going to do to be happy and enjoy what I was doing again. I had this awesome opportunity to stay home, work from home, and be with my kids when I wanted to be. So why wouldn't I figure out how to keep that opportunity for myself? So in speaking, with friends and other people who had explored other options within, social selling, which is what I do, it's a social platform that we use to reach our customers and connect with them. And what better? I mean, I can reach people all over the United States from right here in my home. So I had to kind of think about, what are my other options? I loved doing the clothing. I love the way clothes make me feel, the confidence that it brings me, and I love sharing that with other women. So obviously that was the avenue I wanted to stick with. So, in speaking with some of my other friends, I found Piphany. And I think what brought me to Piphany the most was that I didn't have to carry inventory anymore. Like, I had devoted my whole single car garage. So we have a 3-car garage. I took over the single car and made a little boutique, and it was great, and I loved it, and it was a perfect environment for what I was doing. But I had so much inventory. At one point I had like a little bit over 1,000 pieces in my garage. And that's stressful when you look at it and you're like, man, this is all money that I have spent to build this boutique, but I just don't have the environment for, open houses all the time. My family's busy. I'm not home a lot. So I have to push all of this inventory myself through social media, which I was doing, but it started getting really overwhelming when I was thinking about how much stuff I really had. So that was one of the perks, was with Piphany, you don't have to carry inventory. The only thing that I purchase clothing-wise are the pieces that I'm gonna wear. I get to purchase sample pieces ahead of time, 2 weeks before my customers can, so that I can try it on. I can feel the fabrics, I can learn the fit of everything, and then I can educate my customers so that they know what they're buying. It's not blind selling. Like, they don't have to just completely trust me anymore. They know that I know what I'm talking about because I've worn it, I've felt it, I've experienced it, and now I'm bringing that information to them. So that was another perk, was I get to test the clothing before my customers do. Another big thing was the time that I was going to gain back. So a lot of you have been with me from the very beginning, and you might know, like, I spent nights up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, either shooting my inventory for pictures for albums, doing shipping. If I had a big week in sales, I was up shipping like a crazy person until 3 o'clock. The last time I did it was I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, this is not okay. Like, I love my customers and I will do what I need to do to get them their clothes, but the shipping, it's just not fun anymore. So another great thing about Piphany is my customers, we shop directly from the warehouse, which is why I don't have to carry inventory. And Piphany ships their orders to them for free. Piphany does. Piphany packs their orders, Piphany ships those out, and Piphany handles all my returns and exchanges. I'm your liaison to all of that. And I love that. I love the customer service aspect of being helpful and making sure that you're having a great experience, but I don't have to do all that background stuff anymore. I get to concentrate on the clothes. Hello, amazing. So all of those things factored together gave me time back. It gave me time with my kids. I can literally work in the morning, and then when my kids are off, I don't feel like I'm running around like a crazy person trying to get other stuff done at the same time. I can devote my attention to them. And, I'm still paying my bills. I always told my husband, I will go back to work if I have to, but if I can still pay my bills and do what I love right now and be with you and my family and the kids, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's kind of like full circle, why I moved from the company that I did love. They gave me a great opportunity of being able to quit my full-time job, stay home for a whole year, and do what I loved and be with my family still. It's just the workload became too much for me, and the experience that I was able to provide for my customers just wasn't the same anymore. So I had to make a change. And that's something that I've really struggled with my whole life, is change. Like, I don't do change very well, but I have forced myself to be okay with it, because with change comes growth. And comes new experiences and new life experiences and new friends and new people, and just, this whole realm of new is okay. So I know a lot of you were like, what if I don't like the clothes? What if it's not the same? I feel like a lot of people who have started to get their first orders in are okay. They've realized, okay, Renee's not going to, sway us in the wrong direction. I will take care of you guys, and I am always here to help. If you have questions or concerns about anything, please bring it to my attention. I never want anyone feeling like they're not happy with what I'm providing for them. I stand behind anything that I were to bring to you 100%. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it. So, that's my credibility on the line, and I want to make sure that you guys are comfortable shopping with me and that I am your stylist of choice. So my other thing I wanted to touch base on is why. Why do I do this? Why? Like, what does this bring to me? And I think, going back to my previous profession, where I was a full-time principal of a preschool, that took a lot of time and hours, and that was a lot of stress. I didn't work a normal 9 to 6. I was 24 hours, 7 days a week. If there was something wrong, this is the girl that had to handle it, which was fine. That was my job, and I did it. But that just kind of got to the point where I don't want to do that anymore. And I felt like it wasn't fair to my staff or my families at my school, and I was like, okay, I'm missing out on baseball games. I'm missing out on, all of the things that are going on at the school, all the things that my kids want to do after school. I was missing out on that. And so I didn't want to regret that. And I had always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, always. But I knew that just financially for my family was not something that we could do, or that even, I went to college. I enjoyed my adult life outside of the house with, my coworkers and the families and the children that we touched their lives and made changes for them. Like, that's an amazing feeling. So, although being home with my family is amazing too, like there was a lot that my full-time job brought to me too. But it 100% goes back to my family and the opportunities that I could give to my children by still working and still having an income. but still having that flexibility was huge to me. And so I took a leap of faith on myself when I kind of felt like nobody else was really 100% behind me. And I was like, if I don't do this now, I'm going to regret this later. And if I fall down on my face and it doesn't work out, so pick yourself back up and go get another job. So I just kind of always had that outlook that I can do this. And if I can't, I'll do something else. Like, who says that I can't? And like, who's going to stop me? Only myself. Truly, I am the only one standing in my way. So I made that plunge. I quit my full-time job and I promised my husband, I'm going to do this. Like, I am 100% dedicated to this because this is what I want so that I can be with you guys. Like, he was doing all the running around. I was missing out on all of that. And so the time that I've gained back with my kids has been amazing. Like, I feel like I know my kids again. I was fortunate enough that my kids went to school with me for the first 5 years of their lives. So once they left my school and went to elementary school, it was like I saw them in the morning for the whole, hurry up, let's go, we gotta go to school. And then at night, do your homework, let's go, you guys, we have homework, we have to eat dinner, we have to do baths. And that was all I saw my kids for. And that's life. I know, like, I know some people, like, that's all that they know. And they probably want more, but they don't know how to get more. And so I'm not knocking that life. I lived that life for a really long time. But for me, I went out there and I got more. So that's kind of like my message to you guys. Like, figure out what your passion is and what pushes you and what you want more out of life, and figure out how to get it. For me, it was doing, social selling from home and creating my own business and being my own boss. And that might not be for everybody, but for me, it's been perfect. So, I really look forward to sharing this experience with you guys. And I hope that you're along for the ride and that I can, be your personal stylist with Piphany and find clothes that you love and you feel good in. The way that these clothes make me feel is like a whole nother day's story. But, I suffer from body dysmorphia. Like, I have lost a lot of weight within the last couple of years, but I still feel at times like I don't look good in my own skin, or I don't feel good in my own skin. And I get mad at myself for feeling that way, but it's normal. We all feel that way. But the way that I can feel when I put these clothes on and I get ready in the morning is amazing. And I want to share that with everybody. So if you're feeling that and you just need a little bit of extra help with how to get out of that slump and that feeling, please message me, direct message me. We can talk privately. And I want to help you. I want to help you feel beautiful again, because you are, and you can be every day. So I appreciate you guys for joining me on this journey. And if you ever need anything, like I said, please reach out to me. Okay. I'm here to help you. I love and appreciate all of you, and I can't wait to talk again with you soon. Goodbye.